How much of your business lives inside your head? That's right. You're the founder. You're the owner, the co-founder. The biggest risk in my business was not the market. It was not the technology. It was not even the competition. It was how much of the business still lived in my mind. If you are a founder, owner, CEO, etc., I think you should ask yourself the same question. How much of your business only works because you remember it? Founder-led businesses often look stronger from the outside than they feel on the inside. From the outside, people see the brand, the relationships, the experience, the confidence, and the opportunity. From the inside, the founder often knows the truth. Too much runs through them. The team asks the founder because the founder knows the history. The client wants the founder because the founder understands the context. The follow-up depends on the founder remembering what was said. The content sounds right only when the founder says it. The judgment calls come back to the founder because no one else has the full picture. This is not a criticism, it's often how good businesses are built. In the beginning, the founder is the system. The founder knows the clients, the deals, the tone, the priorities, the opportunities, the risks, and the little pieces of context that never make it into a process document. But what gets you started can also become the bottleneck. And that is the point I reached within my business of Million Plus. I realized that if the business was going to scale properly, we could not keep relying on everything being remembered manually. A serious inquiry might start on WhatsApp. Then there may be an email, then a call, then a listing conversation, then a finance question, then sometimes follow up a few weeks later. In a high value business, that is not admin, that is relationship capital. If that context is scattered, the business is weaker than it looks. So the question became, how do we turn founder knowledge into business knowledge? That is where AI becomes useful. Not because it replaces the founder, because AI helps capture structure and reuse what the founder knows. For example, when I explain how Million Plus should speak, that should not disappear after one conversation. It should become part of the tone of the voice of your system. When I answer a client question about property, finance, jets, yachts, or luxury assets, that answer should not disappear into one email. It should become part of your knowledge base, your AI brain. When a client inquiry comes in, the important details should not stay in a thread. They should be summarized and stored into the CRM. Then we decide how to handle a risk, an escalation or a compliance boundary. That decision should not depend on someone remembering it next time. It should become a rule. That is how you reduce the founder bottleneck. You start capturing the thinking. That is one of the most practical ways to learn AI. Do not start by asking, how do I automate everything? Start by asking, what do I explain repeatedly? What do clients ask all of the time? What does the team ask all of the time? What judgment do you apply without thinking? What wording do you correct again and again? What context do you wish people had before they came to you? That is your first AI knowledge base, which becomes your AI brain. Record it, dictate it, write it, transcribe it, organize it. You can talk into AI. You can record voice notes. You can transcribe meetings. You can turn your explanations into documents. You can build master context files. You can create internal playbooks. This is not glamorous, but it's powerful because the founder's thinking is captured. The business can use it repeatedly. The content engine can sound more like the founder. The AI assistant can qualify inquiries with better context. The team can find answers without waiting. The CRM can hold richer notes. The dashboard can show what is happening. The business becomes less dependent on mood, memory, and availability. That is the real founder leverage. It's not about doing less work because AI exists. It's about making sure the work you have already done keeps compounding. Every good answer should become an asset. Every important conversation should improve the system. Every repeated question should become a documented answer. Every decision should make the next decision easier. That is how an AI native business starts to learn. I think for me, this is where many founders misunderstand AI and the power. They think the first step is to keep the perfect app, but the first step is to make your own thinking usable. The founder is often carrying the invisible operating system of the company. AI gives us a way to extract that operating system, structure it, and let the business use it. Inside Million Plus, that means turning my knowledge, the team's knowledge, the client questions and answers that banks often ask, research, conversations, campaign results, listing data, and CRM history into a system that can support the business every single day, 24/7, 365 days a year. The aim is not for the system to replace me. The aim is for the business not to break whenever I am not the one holding every piece of context. That is healthier for the team. It is better for clients. It is better for growth, and it is much more scalable. If you're a founder watching this, I would suggest a simple exercise. For the next week, notice every time someone asks you something that they should eventually be able to answer without you. Do not judge it. Just write it down. By the end of the week, you will have the beginning of your AI knowledge base. Then take the top 10 repeated questions and create clear answers. That is where AI starts, not with robots, not with hype, with the founder's knowledge then becoming your business infrastructure. If your business still depends too heavily on what you remember, this is the problem to solve first. Comment brain if you want to share the founder bottleneck checklist I'm using for this series, and I'll be delighted to help you and introduce you to my respective partners. As always, thank you for watching. It means a great deal. Please remember to like and subscribe.